Okay. Recording, maybe recording, don't know. We'll see if this sees the light of day. Anyway, hi, I'm Emily. I'm one half of the shared chapters page. My co host couldn't make it today, but she has better things going on than I do. So here we are. And we're going to talk about Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. To state, I read this third. I read it after Crown of Midnight. I'm going by publication date. I just think that makes the most sense. I don't know how people read it first, but to each their own. So, but Sarah sent me 11 questions that I'm going to answer so that I'm not just yapping with no thoughts behind my eyes. I got my drink with me. Let's get going. Okay, so Sarah's first question was, which story in Assassin's Blade was your favorite and why? I'm going to have to say The Assassin in the Desert. Sue me. I really liked that one. I think we saw more to Selena and kind of some of her heart in it. And I also really liked Ansel. I thought she was a great character. I didn't hate the other ones. I just didn't, to be honest with you, I didn't even remember that there was the assassin in the underworld. I had to look it up what happened. I had to look up what happened in that one. Pulling up my notes. Yeah, the only note that I have on the assassin in the desert is effing love because I did. It's going to be a short episode, by the way, because I'm uncomfortable and I can feel my face getting red. Okay, second question. Did you have a favorite new character introduced, and why are they your favorite? I know that I'm supposed to say Sam, Mr. Sam Cortland, which I do. I like him. I do like him. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. But I do really like Ansel. And I hope we see her again. Again, that's the Assassin's Blade is the last book that I read of Throne of Glass in the series so far. I'm starting Air of Fire, but yeah, I hope Ansel comes back. I don't know if she will, but I feel like we kind of left on a cliffhanger. Anyway, I mean, I love Sam as well. I'm happy that we were actually introduced to him, especially after me reading the first two books and knowing about him, and I know what happens. So, you know. Third question. Are there any new characters that you hate? Yeah. Fuck you, Arobin. Arobin. Hello. F you, bro. I highlighted some stuff. Ooh, I highlighted and I made a TikTok video on it because it just pissed me right off, dude. It was like 2:30 in the morning and I had to go into the bathroom. I was sitting on the ground on like the bath mat next to the toilet in the shower. Grab the bath mat as I was reading this. He says, I just took a screenshot, and this is from The Assassin and the Empire. The last thing that Arabin says. Arabin's attention drifted back to the wagon, already a small dot in the rolling foothills above Rithold, because I don't like sharing my belongings. As he's talking to Farron, the mother who killed Sam, oh, I clenched, I clawed the bath mat. I was so mad, so mad. And that brings us on Sam, her next question. What were your thoughts on Sam? Was their short relationship effective enough to want them to have ended up together? I mean, I like Sam. I've said this before, but we get to see a different side to Selena with Sam, and it's like her first boyfriend, her first anything. So I think that's kind of like an important and pivotal part, honestly, in anyone's life. Was their short relationship effective enough to want you to for me to want them to end up together? No. And that could be just because I already know what happened to him and I was preparing myself for that. I mean, if you read Throne of Glass first or Crown of Midnight, you know that he's dead. If I know they're gonna die, I don't really get attached. I don't know. I mean, I like them together, and I think that it changed her to have someone that loves her and she loves them just as much back. So I don't know. Okay. Fifth question. Do you think any characters will come back during the rest of the series? I hope that Ansel will. Obviously, Sam won't. Oops. Obviously, Sam won't. I don't remember. Is Arabin dead? I don't remember. I think he'll come back if he is. I don't remember. Obviously, Selena, the Pirate Lord, because he's not dead, and I think he comes back because I get spoiled. If I open up the app TikTok or even think of the app TikTok, I am spoiled. Ooh, the barmaid, the assassin and the assassin and the healer, Irene. I want her to come back. Do you wish Ansel wouldn't have turned bad? I don't think she's bad. I don't think she's bad. And I think okay, she's bad. She like killed a bunch of people. She killed the guy she was with and stuff like that. She's bad. But she's like the good bad character. So no. I mean that was the whole plot. Should she have saved Ansel's life? Why or why not? I'm kind of indifferent about it. When she said that it was a second, she gave her 21 seconds instead of 20 seconds to go out. I think it was 20 seconds. It's been a while. I was like, there's your heart beating. There's your little Grinch heart beating, which I love that because most of the time it's just a shell. But maybe we'll see her again. I have no idea. So I don't really know if I would feel any different if she had killed her. I think I would have been like, yep, yep. What do you actually think Irene will do with the gold? I think she'll travel. I didn't get any bad vibes from her. I hope no one else got bad. I didn't get any bad vibes from her. I thought she said she was going to go to somewhere far away to be with the healers. Does that mean we'll see her again? Because Selena's going like with the Fae and stuff like that. Is that where the healer? I don't know. She was going south, wasn't she? I'm asking these questions like someone's going to answer me, but I'm just sitting here with my dog. How did you feel during the scene where Kale and Dorian showed up? What do you mean they were? Are you talking about the standby? Your first of all, I'm recording right now. Yeah. Okay. Your number 9 question. How did you feel during the scene where Kale and Dorian showed up? Are you talking about at the ball? Yes. Okay. All right. I just needed I just needed to because I was like, what do you mean? Like at the salt mines? Okay. How did you feel during the scene where Kale and Dorian showed up? The ball. I highlighted that. I was like, this prince under a mask and his little groupies, and one very stoic, and she knew that he was the leader of the pack. I loved that. I loved it. I highlighted it. That was one of my favorite parts because I was like, one of the Easter eggs, like one of the connections, one of the connections, one of the connections. I love that. That just reminded me of another connection that I already know about, and it got spoiled for me. How did you feel about Arabin's betrayal? I think I answered that earlier. I was clawing at the ground and mad. Do you think Selena will take revenge for Sam's death? Against Farron? Probably. Unless he's already dead. I don't remember. I know the one guy's dead, his buddy. I hope at some point she knows that it was Arabin. I feel bad for Selena because she is never her own. She's never her own. It's as simple as that. She was Arabin's, then she was a slave in the salt mine working for the king. And then she got taken by the king's son and his little friend. Now she works for the king, and now she's on a boat right now. She's on a boat right now. That's where she's at. She's waiting for me to pick up Air of Fire. I don't know. I feel really bad for her, and I hope she gets revenge for Sam's death. It's one of those things where I'm like, is it going to? She hasn't moved on from him. You don't. I don't think you move on from someone who has passed that you love. I don't think you ever move on from that. She has already opened her heart up for another person. So I'm just like, will it? I know it'll matter. I'm sure it'll matter. But for me, I'm like, well, I actually care if she gets revenge for Sam's death. Maybe that's bad of me. Maybe that's the entire plot of the series, and I'm just like, I just don't care. Oops. Okay, so that was the end of Sarah's questions. However, I wrote stuff down in my notes app while I'm reading. I'm really trying to do that. I didn't do a great job though, because as soon as I got to the assassin in the desert, I was just fully reading it, not even moving out of the app. So on my notes, it says for the assassin and the pirate lord, why were they both sent away for a month? I'm really curious about meaning Selena and Sam. They were both sent to go for the slave trade thing at the pirate lord place. And I don't feel like that was resolved. I think they both questioned it, like that's a little bit suspicious. But I don't remember ever getting a resolution for that. And then the assassin and the healer, I liked this one because she saw potential in Irene, even if she didn't care. It's just once again one of those snippets of Selena has a heart. Don't tell anybody, but Selena has a heart. It's crazy. And then I didn't really say anything for the assassin in the desert besides effing love. The assassin in the underworld, I said when her and Sam got together to remind myself. And then the assassin in the empire, I wrote F Arabin, bro. I also noted this little something here. And obviously I haven't done a lot of research with Maas first theories just because I don't want any spoilers. I get spoilers almost every week. But I noticed, and Sarah and I noticed in Crown of Midnight, not Throne of Glass, but Crown of Midnight, there is a number sequence, and I don't remember the numbers. However, there was another number sequence in Assassin's Blade. Just curious. Just curious, just curious. Don't know what it means. It probably means absolutely nothing, and I'm just crazy. So I'm starting a new note of numbers and Sarah J. Maas with the different. And did I remember to finish it? No, no, I didn't. Anyway, normally I'd be like, all right, Sarah, this is going to be a really short episode, but you know what? That's my attention span. Updates for you all. We have an Etsy shop. And if the video on this doesn't work, then go check it out, audio listeners. But if you're a video person, I got my Kindle and I'm so excited about it. And I've read like 3 books on it and I've had it for like a week. But I'm making clear Kindle case inserts. So far, I only have a Slytherin one because it took me probably 8 hours to finish. It doesn't look like it took 8 hours to finish, but I'm really picky. So that's that. I am currently reading a lot. I have a lot of arcs, and I'm trying to be really good about reading them. So I'll tell you A Tale of Something New by D.S. McColgan. That came out on March 22nd. And then I just finished The Other Side of the Mirror by Dana Evan. That's out April 9th. And right now I'm trying to read Air of Fire, but I feel like I kind of need a break right now. And I also need to catch up on the arcs. 2 arcs that I am going to be reading is The Lost Legend by Sarah Franco. I don't know if I said that right. And then Bound by Dragons by Alicia Kolpeek. Kolpeek. Got it. I haven't started The Lost Legend or Bound by Dragons. Bound by Dragons is actually the first book, and there's a second one coming out, but I'm reading the first one so then I can get acquainted with the story to then read the second one. Oh, plant update. My plants are doing pretty good. Actually, no, they're not. They're actually dying. They're dying. So there's that. I'm thinking our next episode is going to be about Iron Flame. A little Satan and Violet. Wrap that up. I'm so sorry that this episode was so short, but sometimes it is what it is, and I don't want to listen to myself talk anymore. Follow us on TikTok at Shared Chapters. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Find us on Spotify, Amazon Music, Instagram, Threads, Etsy now. That's like kind of all I have for you today. That's kind of all I got. So follow us, leave comments, nice things. Tell us what your most recent read is. And if you liked it, what's your rating? Thanks, Mom, for listening. I love you.